guys, welcome back to my channel where it's all about tap and love. Today we are going to be starting the third video in our beginning tap tutorial series where you're going to learn about flaps, slaps, and a whole lot more. We're actually going to be covering 4 different steps today in the tutorial, and all 4 are very important in learning how to tap dance, so make sure you stay until the end of the video and learn all of them. Before we get started, today's shout out goes to Lissa, Adelaide, and Evie the puppy dog. Thanks for sending in your video, Lissa and Adelaide. I love your bow, and your puppy dog is so cute. All right, let's get to today's lesson. The first step that we are going to do today is called a flap, F-L-A-P, flap. The flap is going to use only the toe tap part of your tap shoe. You're going to be making 2 sounds. A lot of people will get this really confused with a shuffle. A shuffle obviously is also 2 sounds. We've done the shuffle tutorial already. So a shuffle is you're only using the tap on the ball of your foot, and you're going to start out with the same sound that you make when you do a shuffle, that brush. But rather than doing a spank back, like in the shuffle, spank, we're going to make the sound by leaving our toe there. We're going to put our weight on it. So we go brush, toe. So we're going to put our weight on it. See how I'm leaning forward? All right, so that again is a brush, toe. Flap. Flaps. Now, one thing I want to get you in the habit of doing from the get-go is rather than coming from behind with your foot, see how my foot's behind right here, and going forward, you're actually going to drop your foot into the flap. So you're going to lift your knee up. So rather than taking your foot back, you lift the knee up and come down with the sound. Flap. Up, flap. Now that's very exaggerated, but you kind of want to think in those terms of dropping into the sound. One thing about tap is that a lot of the sounds that you make are really into the floor. So what I mean by into the floor is that you're really kind of digging deep down. Tap is very low and into the floor. Now, that does not mean that you just let everything go. Another thing I want to get you into the habit of doing, and I'm doing it right now, is pulling up with those ab muscles. A lot of the more difficult tap steps that you're going to be learning require strong abs. All of the energy to do, let's say, a pullback comes from the abs. As you're learning these beginning steps, it's a really good idea to engage your abs so that you can get used to that feeling when you're tapping. Let's do the flap again. This time keeping in mind that you need to lift and drop into it, and you need to hold in those abs. Use those abs for energy. 5, 6, 7, and flap. 5, 6, 7, and flap. 5, 6, 7, and flap. Great. Great, great, great. All right, so the only difference between a flap and a slap is that you do not put your weight on it this time. So a flap goes here. A slap means you keep your weight back in that left foot. You make the same sounds, brush, slap, and that's why it's called a slap. Brush, slap, brush, slap. So I'm keeping my weight back here. Flap is flap. Slap is brush, slap. Brush, slap. Now, you might hear some teachers using these terms interchangeably. That is totally fine, and I do that as well. A lot of times I will say, do a flap, and I'm actually doing a slap. I've had a lot of teachers call these, instead of running flaps, they call them running slaps. A slap, a slap, a slap, a slap. They can be used interchangeably, or at least I've heard them used interchangeably. I sometimes use them interchangeably, but technically, putting your weight on it is a flap. Not putting your weight on it is a slap. The next step we're going to learn are running flaps. But basically, you're just going to move the flap. I'm going to do it going forward so you can see that. Again, lifting and dropping. Very exaggerated right now. So we have our flap. We have our slap, keeping the weight back, and we have our moving flaps or running flaps. The reason I was walking them before, so that would be just a moving flap. To run the flap, you actually run. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. The final step is a back flap. It's exactly what it sounds like. Back flap means that you're going backwards. So to be able to go backwards, you gotta start with the movement forward. So we start with our foot out, our foot is forward so that we can pull it back with the toe tap, back, and step and put your weight on it. So I'll do a few of those in a row. Brush, step, brush, step, brush, step, brush, step. Those are back flaps. I guess rather than brush, I could say spank. Spank, step, spank, step, spank, step, spank, step, spank, step. Okay, so we have our flap. Put your weight on it. Our slap. Do not put your weight on it. Our running flaps. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And our back flaps starting forward. Brush or spank. Put your weight on it. Spank, step. Spank, step. It's hard to do slowly. Oh, hold on. I just realized that I was calling flaps, slaps, and slaps, flaps for some of this combination. Just know a flap is when you put your weight on it. A slap is when you do not put your weight on it. And then we'll just go from there. Okay. All right, for today's combination, we are going to start with a slap on the right foot, going forward. Slap, and we're going to do a heel drop on the left, heel. Then we're going to do a slap to the side with the right foot. Slap, heel. So same thing. So that's to the front, slap, heel, slap, heel. Then we're going to do step, heel, drops. We're going to do 3 of them, starting with the right foot. Step, heel, step, heel, and then we're going to scuff with the left foot. To the side. That will look like a 5, 6, 7, 8. A slap, heel, a slap, heel. Step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, scuff. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. A slap, heel, a slap, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step. We're going to start with the left foot, doing pretty much the same thing. Slap to the front, heel. To the side, heel. We're going to repeat the same thing on the left. Step, heel, step, heel, step, heel. This time, no scuff. We're going to do a toe dig. And we're going to pop it right off the floor because we need that right leg to be ready to move on to the next step. So again, on the left, we did a slap, heel, a slap, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, toe dig. Let's keep going. And remember, you can always go back, rewind, take a look at this again if you haven't quite gotten it, but we're going to keep going. So now we are going to do 3 running flaps or moving flaps, starting with the right foot, going forward. Start with the right foot. Remember, this means you put your weight on it. You're going to step on it. So we start with the right foot. Flap, 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 heel, toe dig. We're going to keep going. So the next step is you're going to step out on your heel, put your weight on it, heel. We're going to do that on the left, then on the right. Then we're going to do a toe and a toe. Toe drop, toe drop. So that's heel, heel, putting your weight on it, toe drop, toe drop. So we just did a 1, a 2, a 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that goes a little bit faster. The heels are slower. 5, 6, and then we're going to speed up with the toe drops. 5, 6, and 7, and we're going to jump with our feet together. 8. All right, let's try that from the beginning. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and we're going to now do 2 back flap heels. So we're going to start with the right foot. Remember, the right foot has to come forward a little bit, and this is quick. So you're going to have to, when you jump together, get ready and immediately stick your foot out there. We're going to do, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Then we're going to do a shuffle step. Then we're going to do a flap where we step on it. Flap, heel, toe dig. Again, from the back flaps. That is, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Okay, one more time without music, and then we're gonna try it with music. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. And 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. And 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Yeah? Let's try it with music. 6, 7, 8.
Don't you look at me like that? When you break my heart like that, like you're feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Don't you look at me like that? Walking out the door like that. You're not feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Oh baby, baby.
I hope you guys had fun learning flaps, slaps, running flaps, and back flaps. Keep practicing so that your taps are sounding more and more clear, and once they are, try picking up a little bit of speed. And once again, I would love to see you practicing the steps, so please take a video of yourself and tag me on Instagram. If you are enjoying these videos, you can support my channel by getting these videos in front of other people. All you have to do is 1, subscribe to my channel. 2, hit the like button. 3, click on the bell so that you're alerted when new videos are uploaded. And 4, leave a quick comment about this video below. Now, make sure to check out the other videos in this series, and don't forget to send me your questions or your requests for future videos. Thanks for watching, you guys.